Hi guys, so this is Dan from Tulip Tree Cottage building videos. It's a DIY build here. I've been doing all of this all on my own. So now we're on the roof and we're going to just see a little short video here of installing the hip bonnet tiles. So first of all, got a roof ladder there to access onto the roof because the majority of the roof is tiled already. And then we got a selection of tiles, so there's the tile and a halves there. And then the plain tiles, and then the hip bonnet tiles are just behind the second roof ladder there. And then the other tools you'll need is a hammer and a grinder, and then you should be able to get away with those two bits there. So to start off with, I've just laid a plain tile there either side of the first hip bonnet that I'm laying in this clip. And all I'm doing with that is using the bottom of the plain tile to line up the bottom of the hip tile that we're installing. And then at this point, what we're doing is just looking down the line at the middle or the top of the hip tile and the bottom of the hip tile, making sure that it's in line with the previous tiles and the rest of the tiles that we've already laid. It's a good idea to, every now and then, just come back off the roof, have a little look back up your line, make sure all your gaps are a similar size between the hip bonnet tiles and that your lines are straight, because you don't want to be looking up on the roof later on when all your scaffolding's down or whatnot and your hips all over the place, it's wavy, it's got a bow or whatever. You want it nice and straight if you're a perfectionist, really. Like I have become. Yeah, so now we're just finishing off the nailing of the hip tile there, making sure it's nice and flush with the previous row of tiles and it's sitting up nicely to give you that gap between the hip tiles. On this one, what I've done is got a plain tile to the left there, and then I've lined up another plain tile to the line of the hip tile. Used a nail just to scribe my line, and then you take that one out, put your one that you used to scribe along with in, and then cut along your line with a grinder, and that should give you your little cut in there. Unfortunately, this is just at the start of where I needed to start using two tiles rather than tile and halves, because the gap between the tile and the hip had become more than what a tile and a half could achieve. Yeah, so once you cut that, just give it a nice little clean up with a grinder there, and then you can scrap your bit that you don't need and then position that in, and then some nice tight fit there. Get your nails, finish those two off there, nailed in. And then you can repeat the same process on the other side. So you can't see it in the clip here, but on the other side, I was fortunate enough to use a tile and a half. So this way I've marked differently, so if you slide your tile and a half up a little bit, you can see the bottom of the bonnet. Mark a line there, slide your tile and a half back down to the top of the bonnet, mark a line there, and then just use a straight edge, another tile or a piece of timber or whatever, just to mark that line, so you got a nice straight cut marked for your grinder. Use your nail to scribe that, or a pencil, or whatever you do, and then cut that line, and then that should fit in there nice and tightly there. That's pretty much it, to be fair. You just go on to the next line, repeat the process, and then you will get a finished roof hip that looks something like this.
See me and stepped up in the video with a nostalgic backdrop. There'll never be a day that I don't hit this. Oh, that's not me. Act like a waste man, that's not me. I used to wear Gucci, I put it all in the bin, cause that's not me. know that's not me. You say you don't know that's not me. I used to